mean, that heaven and earth might pass away, but the word of God will stand forever. Hallelujah. 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 I thank you that the flower fades, the grass withers, but the word of God shall remain. I thank you for your word. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I thank you that your word will come out and it won't return to you void. And I thank you that you will accomplish that which you have begun. Hallelujah. Excuse me. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Because when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me, my soul cries, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank God for saving me. Hallelujah. 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 I'm looking around this room and I'm looking at the people that have been wrote off. Hallelujah. I'm looking at mothers who were teenage mamas and school people still in school when people said you was never going to amount to nothing. You wasn't going to never be nothing. Hallelujah. And I'm looking at you sitting in the house of God, accomplished and polished. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I'm looking at folks who got degrees through what they said you couldn't do. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory to his name. Amen. We get ready to go to the word. Y'all do me a favor, look at me real fast. You see this jacket? I felt like I was fly today. Becky, I got a Mother's Day card for you. Don't leave without me giving it to you. Okay. But I can't, Mary, I'm not going to be able to keep the jacket on. I'm hot. So Becky, look. He preached in the jacket. Y'all tell him he started in the jacket. Started in the jacket. All right. It's gone now. Amen. Let's go to work here. Amen. 1 Samuel chapter 25. 26. No, 25. I lied. Sorry. 1 Samuel 25. 1 Samuel 25. Yes, ma'am, I just made a mistake. But I thank God for that grace. Amen. You had to be a church student to catch that thing. Sister Elliott, I lied. Should have deserved death, but that old grace. I just made a mistake. It was still alive. He gave us some grace. I thank God for grace, too. When I messed up, I'm back to off track. Sister Elliott, if I read the law to us, everybody in this room, by the time I would get done with the law, would be guilty of death. That's right. Like a woman caught in adultery, that's a great example. The only reason we have not been put to death under God's laws is because he gave us grace. Yes. Yes. Y'all should be in church. 1 Samuel 25. God, we ask that you, we thank you for the word. We thank you for what you're about to speak to us. God, I need to be clear. I am an inadequate preacher before a great group of listeners. God, I need you to make revelation happen. God, I want to encourage these mothers in here, but God, truthfully, my anatomy befalls me. I cannot properly encourage them because I do not properly know their struggles. But God, I know that if you, oh God, would take control of the message, then you identify with them and you, oh God, would make the message relevant and encouraging. So God, we need you to do that today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. 1 Samuel 25, verse 32. Thank you, Brother Brandon, for ushering for us today. Amen. Listen, this text came out of nowhere. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't seeking after it. The Lord gave it to me and said, preach this. I was like, all right, Jesus, you the man. Oh. Verse 32 says, and David said to Abigail, blessed be the Lord God of Israel, which sent thee this day to meet me. And blessed be thy advice, and blessed be thou, which hast kept me this day from coming to shed blood. Look at that. I got to pause Minister Price and say that it's a woman who's keeping the man of God from shedding blood. It's the woman who's keeping the gun from going off. It's the woman who is keeping the sword from being drawn. It's the woman who is keeping a whole village of men from dying. Ain't that something? A woman. Men are stronger physically, but it's something about the strength of the spirit of a woman that'll keep a whole community from falling apart. And the Bible says, and I lost my place. Verse 33, from coming to shed blood and from avenging myself with mine own hand. For in very deed, as the Lord God of Israel liveth, which hath kept me back from hurting thee, except thou hast taken and come to meet me, surely there had not been left unto Nabal by the morning light any that pisses on the wall. Don't say nothing, Crenshaw. It's in the book. Let me qualify it. When he says any that piss against the wall, it's literally meaning that there would not be anyone who peed standing up. He was coming to kill every man in the village. Every man. But a praying mother stopped him from killing every man in the village. Watch this. Can I talk to you, David? Just real quick. I'm about to finish my text because it's really ain't even a text I want to drop anchor on. But can I tell you that when the enemy was coming to kill the man in the village, the woman stopped the enemy at the door. She met him in the valley. She kept him back. And watch this. Beth, I'm not trying to be too extra today, but Brandon, they were going to kill every man in the village only because one man was wicked. Right. That's what David was doing. He was coming to kill everybody in the village because that one man was wicked. But a praying mother, Mary, a praying mother here, a woman of God came out of the town and met him, and because he was right to kill, but she said, please, hold on, brother. I'm going to get into the story. I'm going to teach y'all the story in a second. It's good to see you, Lauren. So verse 35. So David received of her hand which she had brought him, and said unto her, go up in peace to thine house. See, I have hearkened to thy voice, and have accepted thy cursing. I know y'all looking to the right. I want to talk from the subject. Mama, it's messy, but there is a miracle. I want to talk from the subject. Mama, it's messy. I know it's messy. You do know, Pastor Elliott, you can't have a miracle if it doesn't get messy. And I want to help some mama in here know that the reason it is messy is because God intends to give you a miracle. Oh, man. You know the stage is set for a miracle when it starts getting messy. Oh, man. When you run out of money, let's talk. I'm going to give some good brother principle in here, too. You know you set to be a winner financially when you learn, when you start giving and get broke. Every tither in the room would jump in the boat with me and testify here that the moment I committed myself to give God the first 10 is the moment the enemy started attacking my finances like never before. But I kept my commitment, and keeping my commitment in the storm is what caused me to be blessed. Mama, it's messy, but there is a miracle.
Yes, Lord.
Oh, man. The Bible says, Sister Sandra, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart. Watch this. There is a place, a space, a gap between when you train a child and when they are old, when they will fall. Oh, man. Like sheep, all of us have gone astray. Everybody in this room has fallen away from the teaching that you once received. But I want to tell Mama that while he's falling, don't trip because it's messy, because God is going to work a miracle. Yeah. Oh, I help somebody in here who's praying about a grandchild, who's praying about a child, who's praying about a family member who has fallen away from what they were once told. Can I tell you today, don't trip because it's messy. Keep the faith, because messy is an indication that there's about to be a miracle. Oh, man. Watch this. Can I tell you, Sister Robin, my faith double clutches and I get super excited every time I find a deficiency in my life, because every deficiency is God creating the atmosphere to do more than I ever expected. Yes. Yeah. Man, can I tell you, Mama, I know raising these children has been messy, but I wish I had 3 or 4 mothers in here who would testify that when it got real bad and you couldn't see your way out, you had made arrangements on the gas bill, the light bill, and the rent. When you had shifted everything you could shift and you wasn't sure how you was coming out of this, It got as messy as it could, but I wish I had some seasoned mothers in here who would testify that though it was messy, I have seen God work miracles. Yes. Oh God, Mama, I almost felt a mother, Mary Ann Mosley praise, who could go into the kitchen, have a little bit of cornmeal in the cabinet, and have a little water and a little salt, Pastor Elliott. That's all she had, but could come out with a full-fledged meal. And she took a little bit and turned it into a whole meal, and you swore you was eating meat and potatoes, but it was just cornmeal seasoned up.
Yeah.
Mama, can I tell you that mothers, women of God, are professionals at taking messy stuff and making miracles.
Yes.
Can I be honest with you guys? Mamas don't get, Sister Elliott, most mothers don't get the shine they deserve because most men are egotistical. And women are smarter than us.
Yes, Lord.
Amen.
I thought I would have a couple of more women in here to go, amen. That joke I got. Women are smarter than men. That's just natural fact. Can I tell you today that the reason you're smarter is because you are the glue that keeps it all together? I'm going to say it like this, Sister Mary. There was a song recorded. I missed it most of my life. It said, "It's a man's world." I beat my chest on that guy. Yeah, it's a man's world. It's a man's world. But I missed the rest of the verse. You better go. Don't fix it now. That's it. Oh man, I couldn't have played that better if I tried. That's it. But it would be nothing without a woman or a girl. Can I tell you, mothers, that we as men, our community would fall apart if you were absent.
Amen.
I want you to know today, Mama, you see stuff we don't see. More times than not, because you're smarter than us, you're more intuitive. You're able to see past the obvious. We as men are normally pretty logical thinkers, A to B to C to D, but you see the subset that lies between A and B and what it takes to get us there. And we would never get to B if it wasn't for you, Mama.
All right.
So today, Mama, I want to tell you thank you for hanging on to your faith in the messy. Okay, 1 Samuel. My mama won't let me take her out to eat today, Jason. And I'm angry about it.
Uh-oh.
Look, I could spend my money. We go eat, and then I go home and go to sleep. But she requires that I cook in her house. In her kitchen, Pastor.
And clean it up.
That's a blessing. Ain't clean it up.
I don't know. That's a blessing in my right. Amen. So I want to get y'all to y'all Mother's Day dinner. So let's work on it real fast. 1 Samuel 25. King David, he's not king in 1 Samuel 25 yet. He's actually still serving under the leadership of Saul. David was anointed to be king, but serving under a wicked ruler named Saul. And Saul is still the king. He's getting the credit, but David is actually a warrior, and he's working in battle, and Saul is getting the credit for David. Can I help some men in here today? Stop tripping on who getting the credit. Keep working, and God will reveal it to you. He'll reveal you. Yeah. And so David has just came out of battle. He just came out of battle, and he's fought for everybody in the land. And while he was fighting, this dude named Nabal, he was a rich dude. He was wealthy. He had coin. He had little coin. He had coin and coin. And so Nabal had gave David some of his sheep shearers. While they were in battle, they were shearing sheep to keep them ready to eat. They was the kitchen staff, if you will, while they were in battle. And so David argues, I've kept Nabal's family, his house, his land from being invaded from the enemy. The war is over, and now it's time to cash in on what I have sacrificed for. Can I talk to somebody in here who feel like it's time to cash in? Sister Elliott, can I encourage us by telling us, don't trip on the response when it's time to cash in. Just cash in. Let me explain what I mean. Here it is. That King David comes to Nabal, and he sends his servants to Nabal. He sends his young men, brother Jason. And, he gets to Nabal's house, and they tell him, King David wants some food. Give us some food. Nabal, with his old stingy self, looks at them and says, "Who is David? Watch this. He gonna ask who is David, and then watch this. Don't miss this, best. Go back and read it. When after he get done asking who is David, then he know David daddy. He gonna say who is Jesse.
Ooh.
David. Them young men run back. They run back and they find David. And they tell David, "Hey, David, man, we went and told him everything you said when he told us he ain't giving us no food." Y'all excuse me, because David was a little hood dude. Yeah, I know y'all look at David as the king that rides on the horse. No. David had a little gangster in it. David said, he ain't gonna give us nothing, huh? Hey, yo, go grab the gap. Get that thing. Go to the brown bag. That's what David said. David said, everybody grab their sword. Y'all too deep. Y'all gotta hear it the Bible way. Get your sword. Hallelujah. They hop on their horses. The Bible says even David got his sword. You know what I'm saying? And I can hear them in my head riding through the wilderness to Nabal's house. Dude won't want to give us no food. Don't worry about it, dude. I'm gonna get you, dude. Wait till I pull up on you. Here's what I'm gonna do. While they're riding, one of the sheep shearers who was in battle, he comes to Nabal's wife, who is Abigail, and says, "Hey, they gonna come kill us." Watch this. It's really interesting. I want to lift up this complexity in the text, because there are two men who are arguing, and the only way they can find a solution is to find mama. Mm-hmm. Can I drop this in your spirit? That what our community really is missing right now is mama. Mm-hmm. Becky, I would argue, y'all don't know this, but Rebecca Lunsford is a genius. Oh. She is. She is a well-learned woman.
Yes, she is.
For real.
Yes, she is.
Becky, there's a lot of arguments that suggest that our communities are in the shape that they are because men are absent. But I argue for years men have been absent. In slavery, men were absent, but they stayed together.
Yes,
in the civil rights era, men were absent. We stayed together. When they started welfare and they started making men in the home illegal, the family still stayed together. But something has happened in the last 10 years or so that is very different than what we have experienced historically. We got a lot of mamas in the house that ain't in the house no more.
Right.
We have a lot of present but absent mothers. We have a lot of mothers who don't do what I remember mothers to do, which was to mother. We got a lot of mamas who say, "Go watch the TV and get out my face." We got a lot of mothers who don't review homework. Come on, somebody. Y'all remember you had to... I was in advanced classes, and I loved my mother because it got to a place where she was like, "Look, boy, I can't keep up with this." But she would make sure that I brought her the paper. And she would check the paper to make sure it was an answer on every line. Where are the mothers in our community? Because, see, these men are arguing. And I ain't mad at the brothers today. And I'm going to celebrate and turn up on men on Father's Day for all of the brothers in the house. I promise you, I'm going hard. But before we get there, can I tell you something, ladies? You can do for us what most men cannot do. A woman can correct a man and put him back in his place with ease and grace. Most men, if I got to tell you wrong, we got to fight. Mama, I know our community is messy, but can you help us fix it? That's my opinion question. Mama, I know it's messy right now, but can you help us fix our community? Mama, when you go, like Abigail, I'm not going to get to Abigail, but when you go to the gas station and you see the young homie, can you just speak a word of encouragement into him to soothe his spirit long enough to keep his gun in the car? Mama,
Amen.
Mama, I know you know that they selling dope around the corner. Can you love the dope man enough to get him back together? Because you do know you hate people out of the will of God and you love them back in. The only way we're going to get people back is if we take the love ethic of mama and we love on somebody enough to mother them back in. Because there's a generation who is longing for mama.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm almost actually to the principles of this message. So Abigail hears it from the young servant. The young servant like, okay. Abigail says, listen, there's something to this story. Sister Christine, something amazing underneath this story. Abigail sneaks out enough to feed all of David's men without Nabal even noticing. That tell you how much money they have. And that speaks to the nature of a woman, because how many, don't y'all say amen and won't nobody know, y'all all got the sock drawer, the purse in the back of the closet, the tucked away account that don't nobody know about.
Amen.
If it goes south, just get me to the closet. I ain't just gonna pray, I'm gonna tap into the savings I got in the back. Because I got enough to hold us together. Let the bank crash. I bet you mama got enough stashed away and keep you good. So Abigail goes to the stash that most mothers have, and she gets together and she says, look, take this food, run down there and go meet them. Abigail says, I'm coming after you. Abigail hops on her horse. And y'all gotta excuse my imagination, because my imagination often runs wild with me when I read these texts. I believe that Abigail was fine. I believe Abigail had it all together. You understand? Because beauty helps persuade. Y'all go. Yeah. Brandon, let me get an amen out of you, brother.
I didn't want to say it too loud. I whispered it.
All right. Don't y'all leave me out here. Beauty will help you. She can take a little something that she fine. You understand? Abigail came and met David in the valley, and she said, hey, yo, David, I heard that you was coming to kill Nabal. She said, I understand my husband is wicked. I understand that he's wrong. I understand that you defended our house and he won't even feed you. But can you do me a favor, David? Can you not kill him and let God deal with him? Woo! Can I tell you, one of the most dangerous prayers that a mama can pray is God deal with him? Let me tell you something. I told them this before. It's Mother's Day. My mama is already used to being embarrassed, Becky, so I'm going to do it again. I remember I got caught one time. I told them, they know this story. I use it quite often. I got caught one time. David, I got caught one time smoking weed. Lord have mercy. I'm a pastor now and I used to smoke weed. Look at God's saving grace. Don't make me turn up.
Hallelujah.
But I got caught. I got caught. Real caught. I was in the house smelling like I had just walked out the factory. It was caught. I had, for those of you who have ever sinned this way, I had hotboxed quite a few blunts, and so it had absorbed into all of who I was. I tried to use a hot shower, but she was already in the house. I couldn't clean up. Here's my point. Just like Abigail persuaded David, my mother did something. She gave me the worst whooping I ever got in my whole life. I came out that bedroom. She had cooked breakfast, made breakfast, and I said, ooh, she forgave me. I came on downstairs. She was eating too. Pancakes, sausage, bacon, eggs, hash browns. The plate was looking lovely. I walked out in the kitchen. Good morning. It wasn't a place for me.
Oh.
Mommy, why you didn't make me food? Watch this. My mother says to me, what did I do to fail you as a mother? What? I sacrificed everything I could.
Mm-hmm.
I gave. I went without. I made sure you had. And you turning out like this. What did I fail? In essence, what my mother was saying in a Crenshaw way was, son, I've taken you as far as I can. I'm broken and disappointed in you. I'm going to leave you in God's hands. And I don't know about anybody else in here, if you've ever had to have one of your conversations with mama, but the first response all of us would probably have would be, no, pick me back up. I don't want to be in God's hands. I want to be in mama's hands. Don't leave me there. I'm scared. Not that God's hands is a bad place, but y'all get where I'm going. Your mama turned. So she says to David, turn him over to God. She persuades him. Sister Elliott. So David says, okay, look, I ain't gonna come kill nobody. I accepted you. And I want to give you 3 principles for every mother in here who's in a messy circumstance. I want to give you 3 principles that I believe God told me to tell you. And some of them, Keisha, are prophetic in nature, but I need you to believe them today. The first principle I need to give you is straight out the book. It's straight out the book. Verse 32, verse 35, David tells her, go up. Mama, I want to tell you to go up. Go up. Go up. Mama, don't hold your head down because of the decisions your community has made. You are not responsible for them. Deliver yourself from the responsibility of other people's decisions. Oh, I feel like talking in here now. You are not guilty for what they did. Watch this. And can I tell you like this? Even if you expose them to it, you're still not guilty for their choice to choose it. Oh, I need to help somebody in here who feels guilty because you did a sin in front of your child and you think because you did the sin is why they're doing the sin. That is the enemy, and it's a lie and it's a trick to make you feel guilty and trick you out of your destiny. Don't believe it. Every tub has to sit on its own bottom. Every person must be responsible for their own decisions. So just because you expose your children to your vice does not mean that your vice has to be their choice.
Amen. Amen.
I need some mama in here to go up because you've been down so long. Woo. Can I tell you, stop looking at me like that, David. It's pushing me to preach. Sister Robin, the last person in the house is normally mama. I want to talk to some women in here who have been great examples. Mama normally fixes her husband's plate. That's a debatable subject now, but normally, the old school mama I know fixed her husband's plate first. Then she fixed the children's plates. And then whatever was left in the pot is what she got. Can I tell you, mama, because you put yourself last so long, do us a favor and make yourself so uncomfortable by putting yourself first. Oh, I'm going to help somebody in here. Watch this. And watch this. He tells Abigail, Beth, he says, he doesn't just say, go up. Sister Ellen, if you read verse 35, he says, go up into thine house. Now, that thine is so intricate and important to this text because he could have said, go up to Nabal's house. But he's called it her house. David, let's argue for a second. Why are you calling it Abigail's house instead of Nabal? Because you identify house by men. So men are the head of the house. So why are you calling it Abigail's house when it's Nabal's house? He paying all the bills. Watch this. Can I tell you, don't go up, mama, but go up in what you have already built.
That's good.
Don't go up in what everybody else. Watch this. Don't go up in somebody else's structure. Mama, you have laid enough bricks. Can I tell you something? Most mothers will start building in their children's lives and never stand on the foundation that they have built in their own. Mama, make yourself uncomfortable and go up in what you have built. You have loved and given your all. Do us a favor. Take some of your love back from the table. And go up in your love. I know. Beth, it's hard being a mama because I understand budgeting out money to buy yourself something is a challenge because you are nurturing by nature and you want to make sure your kids have everything and you put yourself last on the list. But do us a favor. Every quarter, take a day and save out you some money for you, mama, and go up in your gift. Go into the nail shop. Go to the beauty supply. Go to the mall. Do something, mama, to go up for you.
That's right.
Because watch this. coming apart at the seams. So, mama, can you do us a favor and take a sanity break just for a second and space some time for you? I want to speak on behalf of all of your children, even those who disagree. They don't want to box with me, trust me. I speak on behalf of all of your children to tell you, mama, we love you enough to want you to be okay.
Yes.
And I think I'm going to speak to the heart of it, Becky, because you're looking at me like that there are so many mothers who have, not even just because they have children in the home, but who have aged children who are still suffering from the wounds that they got while they were mothering their children. Mm-hmm. And those wounds, you have used those wounds and put those in front of you. And so you nurse the wounds more than you nurse you.
Yeah.
You living on the wound.
Mm.
You live it. You watch this. You wake up and still hear the voice of that auntie who told you you wasn't going to be nothing because you had that little snot-nosed baby. Mm-hmm. And that voice is still echoing louder than God's voice because you put more value on that voice and it's ahead of you. Mama, do us a favor. Go up. And go up in what you built.
Yes. Yes.
Love you. Take care of you. And it's okay. I'm about to move to the next point. But I want to give you a sanctified word. We shout about yes so much that we forget the value of no. Mm. Mm. Mama, we respect your no. Can I tell you, Lord, you're looking wrong. So I got to do this. I had a best friend one time. I thought he was my best friend. We was homies, right? We was tight. And we had moved out of the house. We had got an apartment together, and that's where I discovered I can never have a roommate. No. I admire people who are built for it, but I'm not built for that. Mm-hmm. And we had shared space, and I had never told my homie no because he had never asked for an unrealistic request. And then I got into church, and so my value system started to shift. And so it made me one day, we got to a crossroads in our friendship, and I was like, bro, I can't do that. No. The moment I told him no, he showed me his love for our friendship because he walked away. Yeah. Can I tell you something, mama? Tell your kids no to see how much they value your love. Ooh. Oh, look, the kids in the room is like, please don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. I need some mothers in here to know that your children need to hear your no in order for you to know where they have put their value on your love. Because see, watch this. I'm going to talk for some mamas that are dead and gone just for 2 seconds. Some mothers who are dead and gone wish to God they had told their children no. Because when they left, their children lost their minds. Because they had been there their whole lives with every yes and rescued out of every situation. And their children had no survival skills because they thought that to mother properly was to say yes all the time and to never take care of them. I want to talk to some women of God in here who need to learn to tell your children no, not just so you can go up in your house, but so that you can have them to build their own. Yes. All right. He said, go up in your house. The second thing he says is, I have hearkened to thy voice. I'm back. With that. Can I tell you that I no disrespect to any other culture group, but the Black woman's voice has been the most silenced instrument in the history of America. The Black woman's voice, the Black mama's voice, has been the most abused voice that we hear very little from throughout the 400 plus years this country has been in existence. It is the mama's voice. It's mama's voice. Why is mama's voice so under attack? Mama's voice is so under attack because it has so much power. Mama, your voice has power. And I need some mama in here to know that you have not been overlooked. Because see, Sister Sandra, can I say it like this? What your children didn't hear, God did.
Yes. Yes.
And what you thought you needed from your children, God is gonna give you from a surrogate. Watch this. Can I tell you? Watch this, Keisha. I really want to shout out my shoes because when I think about the fact that sometimes you can sow in one area and reap what you've sown in this area from over here. So sometimes you can feel like, watch this, you can ask your children to appreciate you over here and get no appreciation, but God will send some random child like man or boy or other. I thank God for my brothers, Crenshaw, because when I couldn't tell my mother thank you properly, God sent me some friends who all came to my house all the time, who became surrogate children. And watch this, I look back over the years and where I missed a thank you at, he sent a surrogate child to say thank you for me.
Yes.
Can I tell you something? Learn how to praise God for the child who he raised up to bless you.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Because it may not be the one you gave birth to. So Mama, I need you to know you're so hurt that God will raise up a child to say thank you for stuff they have no idea you sacrificed to get your kids.
Yes. Yes.
You, Mama, women, God hears you. That's really what I came to tell you today. It's God hears you. It doesn't matter what they said about you. It doesn't matter what you think about you. If you bold enough to pray it, I need you to know God is bold enough to listen.
All right.
And you are heard. You are heard. And not just are you heard, Christ, but I need to tell you today, your voice has value. Gone are the years where we desecrated the voice of Mama. Women, I need you to know, whatever platform you want to stand on, you can. Can I be bold and crazy and just tell you, I'm looking for Michelle Obama to run for president.
Amen.
And I'm looking for her to outserve Barack.
Amen.
All right. All right.
Watch this. Because gone are the days where we persecute women for taking leadership roles. Brandon, can I tell you, most often we persecute women for taking leadership roles because we're scared they'll outlead us. But I speak to this room of individuals, and I want you to know from a man who is secure in his gift that your voice does not intimidate my gift because you're amazing in your own right.
Amen.
Okay.
And I have discovered, I learned it, Jason, the hard way. I bumped my head 1,000,000 times learning to not thinking I knew the answer and not listening to women. I done got a little smarter now. And I've learned to back away and just take the advice. Can I tell you young women something? Listen to Mama. Listen. Listen to what they teach you and tell you. Because, you know, you can get there a lot faster if you listen. Y'all heard me? You hear me, Harry? You'll get there a lot faster if you listen. Because it's some pitfalls Mama knows is ahead of you. She done been in them. And if you just take heed to the advice of the pitfall, you don't have to fall in it. Now the other side of that is, Mama, whenever we didn't listen, please know, whether you knew it or not, we bumped our head. And it hurt. I need to tell you, go up in what you built. I need to tell you that you have heard the last one. I want to tell you, Mama, you are accepted. And it says to her, I have hearkened to thy voice, and I have accepted thy person. Mama, it's messy, but know that you are accepted. And then, I need to speak to the esteem of every woman in here. Women, I don't know this to be research sound, but I argue that a lot of women suffer with low self-esteem secretly. I argue that there are a lot of women, and you know, low self-esteem, it manifests itself in so many different ways that it's hard to identify low self-esteem sometimes. Sometimes overconfidence is an indication of low self-esteem. Be careful. You got to tell everybody, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's normally an indication in there somewhere. You don't feel like you're fine. That's why being accepted is so important. Can I tell you women something? I've discovered this spirit, Nissa, and especially in church, but in women. So many women degrade other women that it makes the women feel like they're not accepted anywhere. Because most men, y'all excuse me, I pastor a group of fine women. Most men you enter into friendship with want you. And most women don't want you in their crew. So it leads to a place of rejection everywhere. And Crenshaw, that rejection, it often lives underneath the scenes of what we're doing, underneath the flow of what we do. So it don't look like rejection on the surface, but underneath you're making decisions because you feel rejected everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
Watch this. Can I tell y'all something? It's often easier for mama to put everybody before her, because that way, if she puts herself first, she doesn't have to deal with the rejection she would get from putting herself first.
Amen.
Mama, you're accepted. And not just that you're accepted by people. Mama, God accepts you.
Amen.
Just like you are.
Yes.
Let me conclude the message. I'm really done. I'm about to go get on this grill. Go to the house and grill. Can you believe that? I just wanted to take her to Texas Roadhouse. At the end of this story, Abigail gets back home. When she get back home, it's funny. She go back home to a drunk Nabal. The Bible says she get back home and Nabal is turned. Not kind of turned. Bruh, turn. I mean, he done passed the Cavassier all night. You understand? The Bible says his heart was merry, which means he laughing drunk. You understand? He got the music all the way up. You understand? He having himself a good time. Abigail get home and she look at him. She said, I can't tell him when he like this. What woman that sound like? I need to tell him, but I can't tell him when he like this. She go to sleep and wake up in the morning, and the ball got a hangover, and she come on in there and she say, hey, babe, I gave David some food because I know you didn't want to, but he was going to kill us. Bible says the ball, from what she says, becomes like stone. He paralyzed. Eventually, God kills Nabal. You're like, what? But don't fret about Abigail, because Abigail was accepted and heard. So the Bible says, watch this, Crenshaw, the end of the Abigail story is that Abigail actually gets sought out by David and becomes the king's wife. Can I tell you something? That joker wouldn't treat you right. But don't trip, because God has another man who he is preparing for you. Every bad experience is a setup to teach you to appreciate a good experience, a positive. I want you to look at it like that. So watch this. While you were in a horrible marriage, a horrible relationship, God was using the horror of that relationship to create you, to make you, to mold you for the blessing of your life.
Amen.
Amen.